Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. This one's a bit different, but also similar to some of my renos and stuff. So, LilSimsie on her channel posted a shell challenge, so a really ridiculously shaped set of boxes, effectively, that the challenge is to turn into a house. And I thought that looked like fun. I've been wanting to actually make a container home for quite a while, and given how many kind of bump outs and protrusions and divots and stuff that this shell has, I thought it was actually a good one for it because it meant, honestly, I didn't have to tackle the roofing situation, and the roof in this is awful. Now, or it would be awful. The rules of the shell challenge are I can add internal walls, but I can't adjust the external walls, so can't make them taller, can't add, delete, any of that. So the first thing I did, you'll have seen, is go through and actually do the floor plan. What I tried originally was I coloured each box separately, and then I tried to do the internal walls based on the boxes that I imagined were being stacked together. Obviously, there are some sort of triangular divots and things that wouldn't quite work if they were all big rectangular crates and stuff, but I was sort of hoping I could get away with it. And I originally made the interiors the same colours as the exteriors because I like the idea that the person who has chosen to renovate this giant pile of boxes has basically just sort of connected them all up and then put furniture in them. And originally I was thinking maybe like a junkyard kind of vibe and lots of internal I don't know, like a bit of a scrounged kind of maybe runaway team-ish homeless kind of vibe. I found that aesthetic of that so difficult though, because I made the crates out from the outside look super different. So, you know, we've got a dark timber one like that one on the right there. We've got, lighter coloured ones and metal ones and all different materials and stuff. A lot of the materials I chose for the walls were dictated by the fact that I tried to find ones that had matching ceilings, which is easier said than done, I have to say. Because, you know, Max is not super known for having its swatches and stuff match up. I ended up recolouring some of the interiors because the corrugated iron on the outside looks very cool, but if you want to, you know, I don't know, mount a picture to it or something, it looks strange because the texture would be going in and out and I don't know how the picture would sit. So I was like, oh, maybe they painted. So, you know, like in the study, for example, I'm like, maybe they plastered the interior or painted over it. Sometimes I've kept the same material but just changed the colour, but sometimes I've just gone for like plain whites and stuff. Still, I feel like it still has that feel, like the feel of a kind of mixed up, jumbled kind of home. And I figure that the person who lives there, my story that I constructed as I was building this house was a rich photographer type, like a fashion photographer. You'll see I put the little fashion studio in there. There's a lot of Moschino stuff in this build, as you'd expect, but there's like about 8 or 10 packs I think I used altogether. I used the new stairs, which I really liked, the Moschino doors and stuff. I originally, you'll see, put this on a really big lot, and that was because I had planned to do like a junkyard, so I was going to add, you know, broken down car and, I don't know, big old power pylons from Debug and stuff like that, because all that stuff is in the game if you go looking for it. But because I ended up deciding it was more of a modern, trendy house, I actually, halfway through this recording, copied it across to another lot and then bulldozed the original lot and then kept going, just because it didn't work. And frankly, this video was already getting quite long, and the landscaping involved with so I think it was like a 40 by 30 lot. It was quite big, and I wasn't super interested in landscaping all of that. If anything, I think I struggled more with the landscaping probably than I did with the interior. Once I decided to, you know, like combine the two interior crates to make a longer corridor with that weird triangle and that kind of thing, it came together pretty well, I think, like once I started repainting walls and stuff. But I found the exterior really hard because I thought the kind of person who would own a house like this my usual landscaping is like lush green kind of grass and trees and fountains and ponds, and I don't know, I'm basically, you know, a spa day kind of tragic, I guess, that kind of vibe. And I figured that the person who would own a house like this wouldn't be that kind of person. I mean, there is spa day stuff in this build because I can't help myself. But you'll see at one point I put down like concrete for the whole lot, and then I was planning on kind of cutting the concrete back for like little tree enclosures and stuff. And I did that to an extent. Like you'll see when we get to the backyard that the sort of area around the pool is concrete. But I did put a lot of plants in, and I put a fountain out the front, and it is a bit more like my sort of typical build style, I guess. Noting that I don't think I've ever done a build like this one in terms of the aesthetic of it. I mean, I've done modern builds before, but this kind of weird jumbled, I don't even know what you call it. So the build has one bedroom, but we've got the study and we've got a room that I actually just made a wardrobe on the ground floor. So it would be a 3-bedroom house if it were being advertised for sale. We've got the living area upstairs that I've made the studio, which you could make into a study instead. So there are kind of, see, this is where I'm copying it across and like, nope, too big. Yeah, so you could put a family in this, I guess, if that was your thing. Obviously, you'd probably want to maybe place it unfurnished at that point. I had a lot of fun with it. I know the video is a bit choppy. For some reason, my video editing software is freaking out at the number of files that it was having to try and render. I don't know if render is the right word. So I had to delete occasional videos. So I've tried to delete the ones that show less interesting bits, like me pondering, I don't know, clutter for half an hour, because that's what I do. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm happy with how it came out. It would be super exciting if LilSimsie would show this in her video. I don't expect that she will. I had a quick look at the hashtag and there are some seriously amazing builds. A lot of people have done the kind of builds that I think she would do. The kind of, there's the joke with LilSimsie, with Kayla, that her builds are blue Suburbans, you know, weatherboard houses, peaked roofs, blue kind of painted, that kind of thing. Not the kind of house we actually see where I live, but it's definitely a thing you see a lot in The Sims. And a lot of people have done those kind of builds, not so much blue, it's a lot of brown. Some beautiful, beautiful houses, gorgeous, gorgeous interiors, some gorgeous landscaping. I was truly in awe, and my build, actually, I sort of prefer other people's. I know I'm probably not supposed to say that, but I like that more traditional build more, I think. And I find, even though I wanted to do a container home and that's what I've done, I found how flat the roof looked still quite strange. And I don't know if that's just because it's something different than what I'm used to, or if it's because the like the trees maybe dwarf it a little bit. I'm really not sure, but I kind of like it. I kind of like how it's set down in the terrain and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about that. I guess technically when I extended the chimney, I may have kind of tweaked the rules a little bit in that I did add an external wall. I did extend that sort of little bump out up slightly because I wanted it to be a chimney for my fireplace. So I don't know, if she chooses not to use it because I broke the rules, that's fine. You know, hashtag called out, whatevs. But I'm going to end this chatter here. If you have enjoyed, like and subscribe, you know the drill, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.